a story about love and friendship. Alana Stewart stayed by Farrah Fawcett's side till the very end. She was with Farrah when she passed away. And she was with her throughout the time that she battled cancer. And now she shares a very intimate portrait of this friendship in her new book, My Journey with Farrah. Please welcome Alana Stewart. There was a documentary, a most touching documentary about Farrah, and then the night of her death, we did a special, and we talked to you and we talked to Ryan O'Neal, her longtime love. I want to just ask, first of all, how is Ryan doing, and what about Redmond, her son, who was in jail when Farrah died?
Well, Ryan is having, I would say, a tough time now. I think it's really hit him because, you know, in the beginning it was sort of the same with me. It was all kind of surreal. And now I think the reality has set in, and he's very lonely.
Ryan is lonely, and
it seems to be more real to me now than it was in the beginning. As I said, it was very surreal. A lot of things were happening, and it didn't seem real. It didn't seem like she was really gone. And now the reality is set in.
What about Redmond?
Redmond is doing great. He's really doing great. He's out of jail. He's in a rehab. He's going to be there for a while. He's been sober for quite some time, and he committed to his mother right before she died that he would never use drugs again.
Oh,
that's nice. That's good.
Did she actually, was she cognizant of the fact that she knew she was going to die, right?
You know, I think toward the end, she probably did. But, you know, the whole entire time that we were going back and forth to Germany and she was battling cancer, I think both of us were just kind of like warriors. You know, we had this mindset. We were single-minded. We never addressed the fact that she might die.
Now, in 2006, when Farrah was diagnosed with cancer, they had all kinds of treatments that they wanted to do with her here in the United States. And I remember reading the book. It scared her, all of the stuff that they wanted to do. Maybe
well, she did in the beginning when she was first diagnosed. She did the radiation and the chemo, and then it came back.
It came back, and they were talking about removing part of her intestines, and you introduced her to a doctor in Germany, so she decided to seek treatment in Germany. Right. What is the difference between the treatment in the U.S. and abroad?
Well, I think in Germany and abroad, I can't speak for other countries, but I know in Germany they're doing a lot of things that they're just starting to do here in trials. I mean, they're not strange woo-woo things. They're things that they're working on here, but some of the medications they're using there haven't been passed here yet, and they're just, I think, a little bit ahead. And actually, the German treatment was the most successful treatment. At one point, she was in remission, but then it came back.
Well, you know, I just want to follow that up. Her doctor, whom we also interviewed, said that they do have the same treatment here, and that the treatment in Germany really did not save her. And I know somebody else who went for treatment in Germany. Do you have any concern, and you were with her throughout, and I'm sure they were fine doctors, do you have any concern that it gives people false hope, thinking, I'll go to Germany and I'll be okay?
I've been to Germany many times, and I've seen many patients there that were told they had a month or two here to live. They came there, they were treated. Some of them died, some of them got a lot longer time to live, some of them lived. But just to finish the story, Farrah was in a partial remission from German treatment. She came back here and she decided to do a trial treatment of chemo that they thought might really be a miracle if it worked. It didn't work. And in those months that she was doing that, the cancer came back and it proliferated, and she did another chemo trial here. Then we finally went back to Germany one last time, but that time it was too late.
I have a question. How did you guys meet, you and Farrah?
We actually met over 30 years ago on a television audition, TV commercial audition in Los Angeles when we both had moved out there. We both moved out there about the same time.
Right. And did you, like, was she hanging out and she looked up and said hi, or you said hi?
Yeah,
or what
kind of.
I
mean, we would see each other all the time at these auditions. I mean, we were just two blonde young models from Texas trying to get with a lot of hair, trying to get a job, you know.
But, you know, this is such the documentary and in this book, I mean, it is, did you know what you were getting into because you were with her during the darkest, the most difficult days, while she was being filmed, in the worst periods, throwing up and suffering and so forth. Did you have any idea what you were getting into?
I never imagined. I never imagined. The first time she came over to Germany, she said, "Will you stay with me?" And I said, "I'll stay as long as you need me to." And then she, at one point, handed me her little handheld camera and said, "Will you film this so I can remember all this?" It wasn't meant to be a documentary.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
You were being a good friend.
It was a year. I mean, I didn't even know how to use the darn thing, you know, and I still can't believe it turned into what it did, because I could barely hold a camera steady. I wasn't even thinking about the camera.
I have to ask you, you know, you did make this into a documentary, and some people are saying, you know, it got sold to NBC. Some people are saying you profited from this. What do you have to say?
Wait a minute. I didn't make it into a documentary. Okay. That was Farrah's deal. Farrah made a deal with NBC to turn it into a documentary, because she had decided if she was going to have cancer, she was going to try to use it to help people and give people courage, and she did. You know, in fact, I've never even gotten paid for the documentary, so I just want to make that really. You know, I got reimbursed for my expenses, but so far I haven't been paid for the documentary.
It is ironic that Farrah died the same day as Michael Jackson. So I think, yeah, we did a special that night, but I think perhaps a lot of people, you know, there would have been more attention paid had Michael Jackson obviously not died the same afternoon as Farrah.
And I think in a strange way, Farrah would have gotten some kind of a perverse kick out of it, because she got so annoyed at all the paparazzi following her, the attention everywhere. I think she would have been saying, "Yay, they're over there."
Well, if ever there was a shining example of friendship, it's you, Alana. And you can read about this. Everybody in our audience is going home with a copy of Alana's book. It is called My Journey with Farrah, and we'll be right back. Thank you.